Keep going, that's cool. I'm really excited to spend a little bit of time with no more than 294 of my closest friends. I know that because I saw the sign in the back. It says maximum occupancy, 291 people. And it's a good thing I saw the sign earlier tonight because I had a version of my bit that I rehearsed extensively that had 292 backup dancers. But you know what? I saw the sign, I'm like, I'm not going to do that because that's not safe. The sign doesn't actually specify, if you look closely, the fire department didn't say exactly what kind of backup dancers you could have. So there's another version of my bit. I rehearsed where all the backup dancers were hamsters. And, you know, to be super compliant, I made sure to count them out first. All right, 289, 290. Get over here, Francis. All right, 291. All right, get in the bag. Everybody, we're going to rehearse places. I'm sorry, Wolfgang. You can't be in the show. You are, as the saying goes, the 292nd hamster. And by the way, if we ever get into conflict, the 101st Airborne is tied up. You could do worse than the move-in theater, the 292nd hamster, let me tell you. They've got quite the heritage wall, you know. It's full of little dried lentils. They really like that. And they're always fit to fight, you know. They're constantly doing cardio. Anyway, a lot of hamster fans in the house. I like that. So it's important to have rules. Stand-up comedy, right? It's like ships, right? Ships on a waterway, they pass on the right unless, this is important, I'm sure sailors drill on this, you're in the bathtub, right? In which case, if they're like bubbles or a little duck in the way, you just lift the ship and then place it where it needs to go so it can complete the mission. Yeah, so fire department looking out for us. There's a clearly marked fire exit, right? That's good. I don't know why that's the only disaster that gets its own special door. I know where to go if there's a fire, but what if there's a flood? What if there is a plague of locusts? What if there's 7 lean years in the middle of the show? Right? We've got the fire exit, or is there a different door? Or if, you know, the server, the kitchen's backed up, do you tip your server? Do you eat your server? Oh, guys, don't eat your servers. We want to get invited back here. So, speaking of segues, for those who hear voices, why is it? The voice is always telling people to do things that are bad, never anything good, right? You never get the voices saying, call your grandmother. Donate to Oxfam. No one ever says, I didn't want to, but the voices told me to empty the dishwasher. It's also, the voices also aren't all that, they aren't all that clever, right? You could try, you're not going to get away with, well, officer, I didn't want to, but the voices told me that if I use 7-year depreciation instead of 5 on my non-farm equipment all through my S-Corp, I could deduct the carry forward, but only in the next fiscal year. And the voices told me in this fiscal year, I should kill my whole family with scissors. and write a 5-act opera on the wall in their blood. And be sure to e-file. So look at, here in the DC area, there is one weapon that I'm really glad, after 20 years of global war on terror, that our enemies have never been able to use against us, here in the DMV. Snow. Can you imagine if terrorists could just make it snow for 20 seconds whenever they wanted in Northern Virginia? Forget it. You'd abandon the war effort, surrender, declare an armistice, declare martial law. You definitely start eating your servers. Mobilize the 200-second hamster, or whatever it was. They're always ready. And you know, in the Pentagon, they're in Northern Virginia, they would evacuate, right? Everyone make their way in calm and orderly fashion through the quarter-inch of snow exit. But look, okay, as I was saying, smartwatches. Clappy got a smartwatch, anybody? Thank you, 6 people. I love it. So you know how you can achieve a fitness goal, and it's represented graphically on the watch by closing a ring, right? So you achieve the fitness goal, you close the ring for something, cool, right? So, you know, people get all sort of smug when they close the ring for something, which is, it's great, you know. Oh, I got my steps in. Well, what are we celebrating? Walking. Sometimes it's standing. Low bar, America, come on. I can understand being excited about if you're Cro-Magnon man, you know, and walking upright was invented like last week. Or you got your steps in on the moon. Or you're really excited about standing because you're 2. Or 102. Or 2 drunk to see straight. So look, I just think that smartwatches help us celebrate the wrong things. You know, one day I want a smartwatch where I can close a ring for nunchucks. Not sure what happened that day, but you know it was awesome, right? Or, I said good day. Oh, how about that? I closed my ring for sticking it to customer service. Or I want to be able to close a ring for a stink eye. How about that? Okay. All right, listen, people, that's my time. My name is Ehren. I close my ring for stand-up comedy. Thank you.